Hello everyone. It's 6:10 in the morning on the 5th of January and I'm of 2020, and uh, I'm going to try to get this JavaScript in to work. I showed you in the test video that hold on a sec. I showed you in the test video that I showed you in the test video that I was able to get a JavaScript program working. And it took a lot of effort. So let me go ahead and show you that again. Let's see, JavaScript. And this is based off a tutorial that I saw on YouTube. So here is my JavaScript page. It's a basic page. That's supposed to represent a button. I didn't have time to format it correctly, but that's a button. And so here's the page. You click on one of these lists. This is an unordered list with with uh, um, with whew, list items. Yeah, list items. So let me. You know what? I'm gonna try something right now. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. This might break the whole thing. So I'm gonna try something right now. Okay, so load that into the text editor, and I'm gonna change this to ordered list. And let me see if this actually works. All right. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Um. Let's see. Did it work? It did not work. Uh. I guess there's. Yeah. So I guess. I guess I gotta change it back to unordered list. Uh. Yeah. Yeah. So. All right. So that didn't work. Okay. So. Uh. I tried to change it from an unordered list to an ordered list. That didn't work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to make this thing work. So I got this. I got this. Hold on a sec. Let me. Well, yeah. Okay. I got this. This notebook. I got all my notes from the tutorial, and I'm gonna go step by step, and I'm gonna try to make this thing work. So, okay. So, all right. Let's go back in here. And you see this, right? And if you click on each one of these or list items in the unordered list, if you click on any of these list items in the unordered list, it changes the text. See? So for each of these, it changes to freedom, freedom, freedom. Not in any particular order. You can click them in any order. And then if you click this big button here, this big ugly square button here, it'll change the text up here. So you see, this is the header up here, and then okay, bye bye. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna change these unordered list items right here in the JavaScript code. So let me exit out of this, and I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here. I guess it'll be a multi-part video. So I'm gonna come over here, and I got the JavaScript right here, and you see that almost all the information is commented out because that's my when I can't make the code work, I have to comment everything out and then comment it back in one line at a time. So this is what I'm going to do. So I have the header right here, declared as a JavaScript variable. They say you should use let instead of var. They say you should use let instead of var. So I use let. Pro tip, and then so I'm going to say our list that add event listener. So what I'm going to do is this is the one that changes the text. I'm sorry. This is the line that changes the text of the header to bye bye, but in the tutorial, clicking the list item is what changes the text to the text of the list item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. Make sure you have the semicolon at the bottom, at the end of the JavaScript line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it right there, right? And I'm going to change bye-bye. I'm going to say e.target.inner HTML. So I will change that. Okay. All right. Our headline inner H, and I'm gonna comment this out. I might have to delete this line if it doesn't work, and I might have to uncomment this and see if that works. So let's see. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's go back here, right there, and let's launch that. So when I click one of these, the text in here should go up here to the header. So, oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. And, okay. So that's the first part of the tutorial done. So, let me go back over there, and I'm going to obviously, if I double click on the JavaScript file directly, then it's going to give me this Microsoft JavaScript compilation error. But if I just open up a text document, this is my first Ruby program. So if I open up a text document and just drag the JavaScript in there, not only will it show me the JavaScript, but if I hit save, it'll save directly to this file in this format. Every time. The only issue is that if you save as and you want to save it as a JavaScript document, you have to put the extension into the save as .js or .ruby or .py. You know what I mean? Because if you don't do that, then if you create a text document like this and then you go into the rename and you just try to put .ruby for Ruby, it'll stay as a text document. It won't change the file format for you. The only way to do it is with save as. So if you do it as a save as, then whatever file extension you put in there, that's going to be the file type that is going to be saved. So that's a good tip. And so I was able to get the first half of the tutorial to work. So I got the header, right? Inner HTML equals the list item inner HTML. So here's the second part. I'm going to delete this line because I don't need it anymore. Here's the second part. Uh, yeah, second part, create new item. So right now, when I hit create new item, it says bye bye. The header turns to bye bye. So what I want is well, I want to comment that out. I'm sorry, not backslash, forward slash. Okay. Yeah, because you got to use backslash for escape characters. So I'm always using forward slash for escape characters and backslash for comments, and that's really annoying. So I got this line right here: our list dot inner HTML equals plus equals list item something, something new, and then you put the tag inside of the string. And if you put the tag inside the string, then it'll actually interpret it as actual HTML, which is amazing. That has so many different. That's how they do those advanced JavaScript. I'm gonna leave this new counter because I wasn't able to make this work because I wasn't able to make the new counter work because I had so many other errors that I couldn't even get to that part. Um, So I'm going to save that and I'm going to go over here and where do I have to go? I got to go to JavaScript and okay, so I click one of these. Of course, this is a inline element. So I'm sorry, is it inline or block? I keep forgetting. No, it's a block element. So the list item is a block element, which means that the the hit detection is all the way across the page. So if I go over here, if I go over here, because it's in a straight line all the way across the page, no matter how far I go over, it's a block element. So the event, not necessarily hit detection, but the event listener click, which is a form of hit detection, will it will detect the clicks. And when I click here, it should create a new list item right here. When I click here, it should create a new list item right here with the title something new. So let's try it. Something new right there. I got it. Okay. Okay, so and then something new goes up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to fix this because I wasn't able to make this work. Maybe I don't think the code was wrong. I think it was just that I had so many other uh, I had so many other uh, I had so many other uh, uh, things. I had so many other errors in the program. Uh, yeah, so uh, yeah, so let me do this. I'm gonna put this right here. New item counter. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right there. I'm gonna uncomment that, and I'm gonna uncomment this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to see if I can make this program count the number of new items that I add in. So if I click one of these, then you know what that does. Now if I click one of these, okay, so all right. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think I know what I did wrong. All right, it's just saying new item counter is so I think what I did wrong was that I was supposed to do this. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. So right now, because new item counter was a variable, but I put the variable within the quotes. I thought that this was something like Ruby, where you could have some sort of variable call within the string, but I apparently can't do that. So I want to separate this into a concatenate with something new string, then variable in square brackets, and then another closing tag right there. Yeah. I might have to reorganize that so that I might have to reorganize that if that doesn't work, but I'll see if it works. Okay, I saved it. Let's go back over here. Okay, so that still works. Okay, and let's see. Yeah. Okay, so it says something new and it goes up there, but it's not counting up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go over to JavaScript, and let me grab this. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I misspelled new item counter. So I'm gonna go over something right now. The three errors that prevented me originally from completing this page. The three errors that stopped me in the beginning when I was trying to complete this page. The first error is that for some odd reason, whenever I use get element by ID, this happened like 3 times when I was trying to make this. Whenever I use get element by ID, I always put a space in between document and get element by ID. That will cause the code not to work. So that was the first big problem that I had to fix. The second big problem was where is that thing? The second big problem was let's see. This right here. Yeah, this right here. So you have to spell, this is get element by ID, so it goes by the ID declaration in the HTML, the CSS ID declaration in the HTML. So this says this header right here, and let me save that, and let me go back here. Let me open this up and drag that in there, and where is it? This header. So if the second problem that was causing my JavaScript not to work was that this header said this says this header, and then in this JavaScript I had where is that? Yeah, I had this heading. See, so if it's not if this ID does not match that ID, then you're not going to be able to use that as a variable. Okay, so what was the third? There was a third. There was a third error that I was having, and there was a third error that I was having that was causing. Oh yeah, that was the third one. So in English, when you write the word ID, you write capital I, capital D. That's the accepted nomenclature if you're writing about your ID, like your ID number, stuff like that. If you're writing about your ID, that's where you write capital I, capital D. But if you're doing JavaScript and you put get element by ID, then it's not going to work because, well, basically with programming, they have the camel case, which means that the first letter is capitalized and the rest of the letters are lowercase. So that right there broke the program, and I wasn't able to do anything with it. So those are the three things. So first thing, do not put a space here, and then second thing, make sure you spell the ID names, the CSS ID names the same across your page. And then the third one is that this doesn't work, and so you gotta do the camel case. And of course, as always, misspelling variable names is gonna break your program and things like that. And you always have to, in JavaScript, you always have to use a semicolon at the end of the line. Not right here. You don't use it right here, or when you're declaring a function, you don't use it right there when you're using an if statement. But at the end of the if statement, you have to use a semicolon. So let's see if this works. I'm going to save this. Okay. Exit that. So that works. And 1, 2, 3. It works. It works. It works. So I have completed my first JavaScript tutorial, and I'll see what I can do with this. I mean, there's a lot of applications. I think I wanna I don't know. I think I wanna go and I think I wanna go and try to build some really responsive web pages. I signed up for Webflow on the 2nd of this month. So for those of you who don't know, Webflow is a truly awesome website building website building platform. A visual, they call it data-driven design. It's basically a GUI-driven, a graphical user interface-driven website builder. Let's see. And you can build entire websites. You can program JavaScript using a graphical user interface without knowing any code. So I wish I had known about that a few years ago. But I just started seeing the YouTube ads. For those who are wondering, YouTube ads work. So YouTube ads work. So let me try something. Let me try something. Let me try something. Let me just try something. This works in ActionScript 3.0. That's where I'm coming from. So ActionScript 3.0 is basically an ancestor. JavaScript is an ancestor of ActionScript 3.0. I used to be big into Flash, so there's this one command that works in. I'm gonna try it on our button. Our button dot button mode equals true. All right, let me see if that works. Because right now, the thing that threw me off about this is that, let's see, the thing that threw me off about this program is that, let's see, is that when it is a button technically, because if you click it, something happens, but it doesn't show the hand, it shows the arrow. Like when you're using the, on certain things in Windows, when you're clicking on a clickable button, it shows the hand instead of the arrow, but in this situation it was just showing the arrow, and so I thought the button wasn't working. But it, so in ActionScript 3.0, you can activate the hand by saying button mode equals true. Let me try this a different way. Maybe the issue is that I maybe it's a double double capital. Let's see. Okay, nope, it's not a double capitalized. So, all right. All right, so let me delete that line. That's not going to help me. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna add, I'll add the rest later. I'll make a second video on this. So, yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I will keep you abreast of the developments, and have a nice day. Bye.